Yo, what is good, my anime people? What is good, yo? Holy Noelle, my lord. Um, it's about time we put some respect on her name, and I've already put respect on her ever since, I want to say, down in the Water Kingdom. I had already thought of like really good potential for her, and then another thing that gave it away that she had an immense amount of potential was the fact that the girl from the fire, uh, the Crimson Lions, pretty much told her that, or she was just a substitute captain, and she told her about her mom and that she could never beat her and whatnot because of the way she fought and the ability she used. So to think that not only does Noelle like admire that part, or I think she had like a very good visual. She has a really good visual image of what her mother was doing, or like by what was explained to her, she could have a very good understanding because we gotta imagine that she literally lost her life relatively through um, through the birth and all that stuff. So Noelle never actually got to see what her mother could do in action. She was never alive that long. So to get the information from the brother, who I'm really confused about now. Is he the middle brother and he just happens to be more talented than the two older ones that talk so much trash about Noelle? Because at this point, I could have sworn the one that was like the captain was the oldest brother, which still, I think I'm right, but this week's episode definitely had me feeling like he was the middle brother, and I don't know why. Can you guys please confirm that for me? It's absolutely messing with my mind. But regardless of all that, we continue to see just how much of growth she's done without even going to spectacular lengths to level up to get something that would help her in this situation. So, what does she do instead? She literally just does what everybody was calling her bad for, or judging her for not being able to do, became the one thing that actually saves their whole life, which is just uncontrollably using your magic without making it a set target in mind, aka the person controlling this space that pretty much sounds like, think of not so much Meliodas, but think of like the counter magic just without the counter effect. So literally just moving or making sure everything doesn't connect directly to the user of this spell. So by using it everywhere, it can't deflect something that's not coming at you. And that's why I was thinking more of Meliodas, because sure, he can full counter something that's coming at him, something that's targeted at him, but then we see him also jump in front of other people's attacks that are targeting them and hits it back. So that isn't the same as this spell this girl's using. I mean, it probably would work. It did work like that for Lazarus or whatever, the guy who we're gonna see next week, the spiritual brothers. Um, but that's what I mean is it definitely felt like a magic, like a Black Clover version of full counter, to the hugest degree without having to be in front of it and jumping around. You literally just summon up something that teleports and appears in front of the person that needs the help. So absolutely hype. I just absolutely accidentally jumped into that. But let's get back into the girl of the hour. She did when she does this, it's not only like hype that she does this and it's really cool and all that stuff. She does this and she's not even supposed to be able to do this. Not only I say she's not supposed to be able to do this, and I mean like her mother didn't use water. she inherited steel or like mercury, like the older brother that is G. I'm just gonna call him the captain brother for right now. And to think that he had, like he's the closest one to her magic and never really has used it in such a way of wrapping it around his whole entire body and moving, faster, stronger, and controlling even all of it that's condensed around him. He then gets the idea of, oh, well, if I'm not going to use it as armor, maybe I can use it as a substance to stop my bleeding, a substance to, you know, make me at least capable of standing. And that's actually pretty hype. I mean, the person this is what I really loved about this week's episode that was a small detail, just it's something more or less for me as like a viewer to really just kind of get behind, is they bring somebody who's a healer, but he can't heal all of them at once, right? He's not a Golden Dawn level healer. So because of that, they don't treat it like such. They don't just like, oh, and because he's a healer, he healed every single person on time. Like it was cool when the brother, the captain, the older captain, literally, had some kind of spell or like some ancient artifact or something along those lines. Like after it's used, it's kind of useless because it makes sense. He's a captain. He needs these things in these situations. Not only is he a captain, they probably would have gave it to him regardless, seeing how they were on the raid team. So I'm guessing some of the raid people should have had some ways of healing people if they got injured, right? Like that would have been kind of irresponsible to go in knowing that your team can get bopped at any time and you have no way of helping, including knowing that they split up their team even thinner, and some of the teams had no healers while other teams may have had the best healer and they had no really great combat skills. So it was a weird decision, and I understand it because of how much stuff was spread through that rock, their spaceship rock. But yeah, now I just look forward to what Noelle is actually going to continue to make with water, because she literally was not supposed to be able to do that. Like her using water in the way that her mother was using her mercury or steel, or that's the same thing, excuse me for being ignorant. um, it really brought out an amazing ability that looked awesome today. So I'm truly a fan of this equal power ups, from scaling from the guys to the girls. It feels like almost the girls are a little bit stronger now. Like, I mean, the two Black Bull girls definitely might destroy most of. Yeah, they would destroy. They literally could destroy everybody almost. But maybe Yami would find some weird way to win in Asta too because of anti-magic. But as of now, seeing how fast she was moving, and she's defeating stuff that isn't supposed to even be kind of like defeated in this spatial area. She's still just kind of like, oh, well, I'm going to do it anyway, and not only is she doing it, these are the things that are, strong enough to pierce the mercury of the captain, who has to focus ridiculously hard, or they just get through. So they're no laughing matter, I want to say. Like, sure, he can stop them, but that's like saying, oh, Yami can stop those attacks, so Asta stopping them is not that impressive. Like, if Yami's stopping stuff and Asta can stop it, that's a huge compliment. So with her brother being able to stop these things and her to be able to then cut through them and absolutely destroy them is a pretty big compliment, in my opinion, and a large jump in her abilities to be keeping up or saving a captain, and not only a captain, a vice captain. You know what I mean? Like, she is really up there now. And the other girl that I'm talking about that could help her solo all the Black Bull and probably most of any person that actually uses magic and not anti-magic is Vanessa. With the cat, her and the cat, where now Noelle can take no damage because the cat's protecting her. And then, I mean, sure, they couldn't fight too many Black Bull members with that, but Vanessa also using her strings to give Noelle a boost while she's in this mode. Come on, bruh. Come on, bruh. So yeah, I love this power up for her. It was obvious because they freaking destroyed the teaser and just showed it to us through the preview, so that kind of sucked. But regardless, I just love that she's getting to this point where now almost if Hasta looks over his shoulder, she might be blitzing the enemy faster than him, and he's got to catch up again. Like that's just how this show has been doing so well for me when it comes down to these characters. And there's a lot of characters that have a lot of potential that they could easily continue to boost and whatnot. So to think that we're in the situation where they're still boosting their characters 100 episodes in and they haven't all gotten to where they're supposed to be, I think we can look forward to quite a bit more of Black Clover. So with all that being said, I hope you guys have an amazing day, night, evening, whatever the case may be. I am your boy, the Anime G, and I will definitely talk to you in one more video today and then probably call it. So take care and peace.